Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Aries.
and you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash-talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available wherever fine podcasts are. If you're listening to us, watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
You could listen too. You can just
I imagine a lot. Do you think anybody actually sits there and just
watches us? Would you?
Watches us? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
It's a little off. That's weird.
I like the quality control check.
Well, that's one thing, but would you sit for an hour and watch us talk?
Okay, so the question should be, would I sit there for an hour and watch somebody else talk? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We do some funny stuff. What my point was. Get on there, hit subscribe, and then hit the notify bell.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll be privy. You will be notified whenever we have new content.
Yeah, that's right.
And then whenever we post a new poll to the community tab, which I did yesterday. Actually, it was today. You guys.
Oh yeah, what's the results?
Probably noticed. You guys probably noticed that I'm wearing the same thing as I did yesterday, and he is too. The poll that I posted yesterday. Will you watch WWE Crown Jewel? With one right now, as we're filming this, only been 2 hours, and there's already 1,500 votes. Nay, 58%, almost 60% have voted nay. They will not watch Crown Jewel.
Interesting.
Wowie wow.
Okay, let's do this, and then not right now. Give it the weekend. Monday, let's do another poll.
Okay.
With 3 or 4 possible reasons why they won't be watching it.
Well, there's 29 comments here.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine some of those are going to tell us why.
Already voiced their opinions to that effect. Yes.
So that's the thing about if you hit subscribe and notify, and then I think you can get into your notifications and select, I want to be notified for community tabs too, because then you can participate in these polls. We always read them out loud on air because they're very fascinating to us.
Yes,
we want to learn more about what you guys are thinking.
Interesting bit of crowdsouring of information here.
We're also at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. All the episodes that we do of Going In Raw are ad-free for $1 a month and up patrons. So if you're at the $1 level, the $5 level, if you decide to do your own $6.66 level, the devil, you get the show ad-free. I'm also looking into getting this for you audio listeners out there so you can participate maybe a little bit more in the Patreon, or maybe if you're listening to this and you're like, well, what do I get out of it? For $1 a month, I'm thinking of getting the audio, the post shows up for patrons as well in audio format, like sort of a hidden RSS feed, something like that. So, but we'll figure that out. If you guys have any suggestions of what you'd like to see on the Patreon, by all means, let us know. I just got this notification. Both Michael Carlson, Josh Little, and let's see who the latest. Antoine Caldwell, also Suplex Casey, Suplex Casey, and Jonathan Miller. They are all owners of the brand new. That's right. I put you down like a dog. Shirt sticker pack.
Hold on. Your design is great. You did a great job on that.
Thank you.
The design work you did on Larson in Pits of Hell,
yeah,
Undead Realm.
Yeah.
That's really the money right there.
This really, we need to make a print out of this.
Oh, yes.
This has to be made into a print. To be honest with you, I kind of want to make a banner out of it and put it back here.
I'm telling you, all over print shirt.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at.
We can look into that. We can actually look into that.
I appreciate that, at least in this case, you realize how well that would work as all over print shirt.
Certain things I think do, like the pizza one, that works well.
Yeah.
Then this image right here works great too.
Yes.
If you're only listening to the audio version of this, go to our Twitter. I'll probably make it everything.
Yeah. It's good. I should just make that my Twitter
You
banner.
really should. It's great.
It's fantastic. You did a great
So yeah,
job.
right now at friendomarket.com, we got a brand new shirt sticker pack. It's got this fantastic purple / very violently green, fluorescent green color scheme going for it. A Friendo sticker, a Going in Raw logo sticker. I'll put you down like a dog sticker, and of course the shirt all come with it. And we also sign a postcard. You get that all for right now. It's on sale for $25. They can't see what you just pointed at. You can point at it again. There's the postcard up there. So yeah, check that out. And if we happen to be live streaming or if we happen to be recording while we get an order, I get the notification. I'll read it on air. It's a great deal.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you everybody that's already ordered a shirt.
Yes, thank you
and,
very much.
we got plenty available for everybody. Swing by friendomarket.com and check them out.
Yes.
But we are not here to talk about.
No, there's
we're kind of here to talk about us, but not really.
There's a pretty massive story that's making the rounds. In
This
wrestling,
is interesting.
And the wrestling news comes courtesy of SE Scoops.
Yeah. What? Sorry.
Still, it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, it could not be true. But anyways, apparently they're saying that Chris Jericho and good old JR, Jim Ross, are starting their own wrestling promotion.
Well,
and that'd be pretty massive.
I'm going to start a wrestling promotion.
So they're teaming up
with Y2J,
aiming to start a new promotion. And this is all according to SE Scoops. Late 2019 or 2020. They're working with their agent Barry Bloom, and the financing is coming from Shahid Khan and his family. Khan is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He also owns Fulham FC in the Premier League. He's got a ton of money. And apparently his son, Tony, again, according to SC Scoops, a massive wrestling fan who, quote, has been hands-on with getting this off the ground.
I mean, this would essentially be what I would do if I was a billionaire.
Yeah, so a
I would
wrestling
start
promotion.
a wrestling
But
promotion.
you might not be able to do this. Perhaps the most shocking bit of news, from this
Shocking.
report, apparently, they have the Elite. The Elite is on board. SC Scoops reports, quote, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks are on board, as are Hangman Page and a few others. Kenny Omega's status is unclear. When the Elite has talked about sticking together next year, this is what they've been alluding to. The story adds, quote, talks are underway with Access to secure a TV deal. Access TV executive Adam Swift is fast-tracking this. However, various wrestling news outlets have approached Access TV for a comment. This is their comment, quote, there's no truth to the Access TV component of the report.
Breaking news also, Ray Ailman bought Like a Dog sticker pack.
Oh,
So
thank you very much.
Ray.
Thank you.
Also breaking news, this isn't real, man. I refuse to believe this. The Elite are starting their own promotion with some billionaire's
it's
money.
Jericho and Ross, they're doing.
But the Elite are on board. The Elite are going to sign with this. Come on.
It's all in the promotion.
Let me ask
World
you
Wrestling all in.
Let me
all
ask
in
you,
pro wrestling.
Let me ask you something. SE Scoops. I'm not going to run anybody down.
I don't know what the track record's like.
Okay.
They're featured plenty in this episode. So they're having a good week as far as grabbing headlines.
Yeah.
As far as the accuracy of the reporting, I have no idea. I mean, Access is coming out saying no truth to it.
So this is what I would. Okay, so I would speculate this. Let me calm things down a little bit. Okay.
Oh, I'm perfectly calm.
No, just with the entirety of this ridiculous.
Oh, you can be cold water Steve here, huh?
Yeah, I'm a little bit because I don't want people to think this is going to be the all-in wrestling promotion. What did you just call it? World Championship All-In Wrestling.
Oh, World Wrestling All In.
World Wrestling All In. Maybe what this could be is this dude wants to put on a show.
No, I'm telling you, this is all wrapped up to the NWA thing.
Shut the hell up with that. Enough with the NWA. You saw their belt. They made that thing at the dollar store. The national championship.
Well, I mean, they're still
the dollar store championship.
They're still operating on a shoestring budget, I'm sure. But once you get the Young Bucks and Jericho and JR and World Wrestling All In,
what is this fella's name?
Shahid
Khan.
Yeah.
Khan. Captain Kirk. Anyways, maybe they're going to put on a show. Jericho and Jim Ross might be involved, to help steer the ship.
Jericho's already doing that. He's got his cruise this month
to steer the proverbial ship.
Oh.
But now that he knows what it's like to be a captain, he knows how to steer the ship.
He's not a captain. He's not actually on deck there with the huge wheel.
Well, then I'm out. I'm not going to be on that cruise.
All right.
The elite, helping their friends, might show up on that first show. Find out what it's like to get a big. Where is this Mr. Khan from?
I mean, he owns Jacksonville Jaguars and Fulham FC.
Okay, man, that's big names. But like Fulham FC, that's obvious. That's in England. That's a Premier League thing. So
Jacksonville's in Florida.
I don't know where he's based out of. Is my point.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So whether they be getting paid in pounds sterling, euros, or dollars, I don't know. I like that you're gonna look up this name. Well, yeah, I guess because he's
You asked where he was from, so I'm going to answer that question.
Where is he from?
He resides in Naples, Florida, but he is from Pakistan.
Everybody's in Florida. Maybe this is real.
There's no state income tax there.
Yeah, but no. Also, more importantly, every wrestler on the planet lives in Florida.
Yeah,
and so that makes total sense.
Where is Naples in relation to Orlando? Because everybody seems to be
5 miles away.
South. It's well south.
Oh,
of Orlando.
okay. Well, that
is like opposite.
Is
of
it
Miami.
near Tampa Beach?
It's south of Tampa.
Okay. All right. Anyways,
it's like maybe a couple hours south.
So maybe they'll do a show. I'll put it this way. I find it very hard to believe
he is
that
the 221st wealthiest person in the world.
Man, what are we?
How many people are in the world? 7 billion?
Yeah.
I don't even want to guess.
All right. Are we in the top billion? We have to be in the top billion.
Oh, maybe.
A lot of people in this world, not a lot of money. So he said maybe.
I don't know.
I think we probably are.
Maybe
Anyways.
top 2 billion.
Nice. We're doing pretty well for ourselves, pal.
Oh, I got no complaints.
What do you think the odds are the elite are going to tie themselves for 3 years to a promotion of their own, or for this? I don't think this is nothing but the elite signing on maybe to do a show to help a friend. This is not going to be anything. What do you think?
I'm all in, man.
I like your spirit.
I'm out with the NWA theory. I saw that belt. Not going to happen. This is the new
KCW Con Championship Wrestling.
This is a new thing. This is going to be
Jaguar Championship Wrestling.
Is it going to happen? No, probably not. However, this excites me because any other no one's going to compete with WWE.
Yeah, no.
No one's going to compete. No one's going to compete. But if their goal is not necessarily to compete per se, here's what it is. It's the peanut butter almond butter thing. You can enjoy peanut butter is wildly more popular and it's iconic. It will never be
better.
It's better in some respects to some people. However, a lot of people like almond butter, and one does not be replacement for the other. They could coexist peacefully. Sometimes you're in the mood for peanut butter. Sometimes you're in the mood for almond butter.
I don't think that happens.
I mean, I just prefer almond butter. That's just my taste, though, because it tastes different. It's my preference. Nonetheless, it's fine to enjoy both.
I think people like almond butter, like you were just lying to themselves.
No, because I've never been huge on peanut butter. Going back to when I was a kid, I had no idea.
How are we best friends? We
don't have to agree on everything.
There's 0 things that we agree on.
That's not true. We both like wrestling.
Nice.
We both like Radiohead. We like movies. There's actually more we probably agree on than we don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Mostly peanut butter, pineapple. I don't really mind snakes.
And Impact Wrestling. Okay, let me ask you this real quick, because I'm going to take the scenic route here.
I think we've already been doing that.
I know, it's great. Impact Wrestling.
Uh-huh.
If Impact Wrestling did not have
the stigma of Impact Wrestling,
that's the best case scenario for this endeavor. They have
Impact without the history of Impact? Oh, probably.
Yeah.
It's probably
which is not an impressive endeavor. They have a TV deal that's hanging by a thread, seemingly. They signed great talent. You hear they're signing Jordan Grace?
Yeah.
That's awesome. They have great talent. They're amazing.
Another thing,
and I want Sami Callihan to turn them around.
Another thing,
like he said,
this report added is that everybody mentioned here, I guess Jericho, JR, and the Khan family, and Barry Bloom, I think is his name, are all well aware that this endeavor is going to lose a ton of money to begin with.
Yeah,
and they're prepared for that.
And then to continue with, and then
probably.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing about being a billionaire. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire who owns an NBA team. I'm sure
the Khan family could take whatever money they make off owning an NFL franchise, dump into this endeavor, and it'll be revenue neutral. Because the NFL makes billions upon billions upon billions of dollars every year.
They could dump like couch change related, relative to NFL profits, and it would be more than enough to cover. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. I find it hard to believe. I find it very difficult to believe that the Elite would, because the one thing that they've said that I kind of believe is they have no interest in starting their own promotion. I know this wouldn't be them starting their own promotion, but getting in on the ground floor with something. When Matt Jackson has said this is contract season, they want a giant stage, not looking for a giant stage. I just find it hard to believe that they would.
Maybe they want to build their own theater, or help put on the first show at a brand new theater.
Yeah,
rather than what you mentioned.
Yeah,
because I don't think it's going to be a situation where they're going to sign like a 3-year deal exclusively with this promotion.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the Young Bucks, unless they go to WWE, not still working in Japan.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I don't. Even when I was floating the NWA idea, it wasn't like they were going to work exclusively for NWA.
No,
it was just one part of the larger
puzzle. It's how do they continue to build upon All In?
Yes.
My thing was simply like, they did All In. It was so big. It was so magnificent. Just leave it at that. And it's one miraculous thing. Why do it again?
Because the expectations are like, well, you did it once. It's not going to be the same thing if you do it again. And if they do it again, they do it a larger magnitude. It's still going to be pretty damn impressive.
I don't know. That's one thing we disagree on. But I don't know, man. I feel like this. I don't know. This is such a new story, and it's not. This isn't like. See, if Meltzer had broke this, I'm kind of curious. Has Meltzer said anything about this?
No.
Because that dude, he's got the ear, and maybe they would be like, "Hey, don't freaking don't talk about this, Meltzer."
Nothing on the website.
All right, let's see if Dave Meltzer's Twitter account has anything. Let's see here. No.
He's keeping silent about it. And as of now, we're recording this episode. This news is.
We found this out over lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of other wrestling sites have written about it.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the statement from Access TV,
mm-hmm.
nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, if
they wouldn't.
No.
Nobody would.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. In 9 days, Jericho's doing the cruise. If speculation, it's pure speculation. If part of that whole thing was an announcement of something like this,
apparently there's less than 10 cabins left.
Oh no, they sold a lot.
Yeah, so
even before
awesome.
the All In. I know the All In thing. His appearance there sold nothing.
Yeah,
or no additional ones.
Yeah,
but I have under the understanding they already sold a ton of cabins.
Yeah, I think the people who know about it, they know about it.
Yeah,
you're not going to get any more rubs from him showing up.
Yeah,
but valiant effort.
But if they use that cruise and from that sprung some sort of announcement, that could have been.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, Jericho wanting to start something new with his life. I know Jim Ross. God, it breaks my heart every time I think about how he lost his wife. That's terrible. Maybe he's looking to, keep busy and do something new with his creative juices and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Part of his job at WWE was announcing. He was the head of talent relations for the longest time.
And hey, maybe this. Here's I'm turning on the positivity now. The creative momentum coming out of All In, maybe that spurred this. Maybe that's what helped motivate this. And then this guy with a lot of money shows up.
Yeah, and Jericho, he's softened his stance substantially from just a year ago. It was, I'm never going to wrestle another show in North America. He still hasn't, but he showed up at All In.
Yeah.
There's rumors aplenty that he was going to show up at Bound for Glory. And, maybe he'll just start his own promotion instead.
I don't even have, and I'm glad, I hope it's not on Access if it shows up on TV. I don't want it to be on Access.
I don't have Access.
But let me ask you this, though. Is there a niche to fill for something that combines New Japan, Impact, maybe in some degree Lucha Underground, but that's a very unique thing.
Yeah.
Is there something, because the reason why I brought up Impact earlier is because after our talk on Matt Chat a little while ago, and you were talking about, Impact and how their branding isn't cool. Well, I kind of disagree a little bit with that, but the one area I do agree with, or I actually have a question in my head about, is if Impact had simply rebranded under a different name.
Yeah.
That would have gone a long way, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of foolhardy to keep ahead with the Impact branding.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
It's weird, right? Like how a name and a new logo can do
a lot.
Seemingly a lot.
I know.
That's bizarre.
I know.
Because it's like, it's just the same thing.
There wasn't any goodwill associated with the name TNA or Impact.
It was on completely. There was like negative
bad
goodwill.
will.
That's called bad will.
Awful will.
Yeah. Terrible will.
And just start with a clean slate.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they would have done, but
yeah,
apparently not.
I mean, they're doing good.
Yeah, they are doing well. That's
yeah.
true.
So anyways, I don't know. It's fun. It's funny to talk about this. Like we said, this just dropped right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Who knows? It could be huge. It could be nothing. We don't know. We don't know anything. Nobody said anything.
We don't know anything.
So yeah. Speaking of Impact Wrestling, a guy who might show up in this new Con Championship Wrestling promotion,
World Wrestling All In,
a con artist, if you will. He could be.
Wow.
Austin Aries.
Yeah.
Is he a loose cannon? Was the incident at Bound for Glory?
Does he just fancy himself a loose cannon?
Does he just want to be a loose cannon?
Who knows? These are the burning questions in all our minds.
So, we talked about Bound for Glory on Monday's episode because I watched some of it. I've yet to watch the rest of it. I still really want to. I really just want to watch the OVE versus Brian Cage match. I think I've decided that OVE and Sami Callihan are my new favorite things.
Okay.
Sami Callihan gave an interview, I forget to whom, where he said he really wants to go down in history books as one key component that saved Impact Wrestling. Remains to be seen if that'll be the case. However, I think he's fantastic. I think he has a passion for the business like nobody else. He's so intense. I love Sami Callihan. I think he's great.
All right.
So, that being said, Bound
yes.
for Glory had a really wonky finish. Following an amazing match, or a really good match anyways, a really physical match between John Morrison, Johnny Impact, and Austin Aries, who was the champion at the time. Johnny Impact, hits Starship Pain.
Yeah.
Wins the title clean, 1, 2, 3. And what does Austin Aries do?
He just gets up and walks out.
He just gets up, throws up a bunch of middle fingers, yells seemingly at Don Callis, and walks away. Which
in no way selling his injuries that he probably should have taken during the match.
Even Johnny Impact, who just won, was like, oh, and Austin Aries went, all right, I'm out of here.
All right,
my
time here is done.
Yeah. So that got everybody talking. Hey, what was this? Was this a shoot? Was he just that unprofessional? Is this a work? Does Impact, are they trying to do some crappy meta? This is wrestling. It's not real. This is sort of Vince Russo type angle, which I was like, oh, I'm going to quit Impact if that's the case. We still don't kind of know that. However, SE Scoops, who also had the report about the Jericho promotion.
Yeah, said they're going to be all over this episode.
Yeah. They said
that Aries, quote, wants to do his own take on the classic loose cannon story that Brian Pillman did several years ago in WCW before leaving to join ECW.
20,
I know. The plan was for Aries to start showing up in other promotions such as Ring of Honor to sell the idea that he really did walk out at Bound for Glory. Eventually, he would return portraying a loose cannon character. It continues. According to sources backstage at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, Impact wrestlers were not told about the finish to Bound for Glory, the Bound for Glory main event, and felt they were being worked by management. One source, who has been with the company for years, told us it felt more like a move the old TNA regime would have orchestrated. Here's this possibility.
Mm-hmm.
What if this report is half true?
Yeah.
What if this is just Austin Aries?
Yeah.
Pushing this loose cannon idea, and management had no idea he was going to do it.
I believe that. Here's the thing, too. This is what gets me. The plan was for Aries to start showing up at other promotions, such as Ring of Honor, to sell the idea that he really did walk out at Bound for Glory. He's going to show up at other promotions anyways.
Because P.D. Williams says he's a free agent now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a pro wrestler unless he's gonna permanently stop pro wrestling and just write books about veganism. He's going to show up at other promotions. Everybody, I don't think he's tweeted since the incident. Everybody's going to want to talk about that, so he's going to reference it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what you're saying right here probably is the truth. I find it so difficult to believe that after all the work Impact Wrestling has done to garner goodwill, to do something like this,
mm-hmm.
there's really nothing in the SE Scoops report that says sources say that's the deal.
Yeah.
All this is sources backstage says that Impact wrestlers were annoyed about this, not told about it, and felt like they were being worked by management, but not that anybody had any actual knowledge that this was a work by management.
Yes.
So,
which one locker room meeting should curb?
You would think they would. So communication not great.
Well, I mean, even after the fact, if after that happened, everybody was in the locker room, Don Callis walks in, says, if this is the case, Aries went into business for himself. That was not us.
Yeah.
We're not looking to operate that way, so on and so forth. And that doesn't have to leave the locker room.
Now, one thing to note about SC Scoops has to do with our next story, which also has to relate to Impact, which seemingly has been debunked by a dirt sheet that I kind of put more stock into.
Yeah, PW Insider is pretty reputable. Reputable.
So this has to do with Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, dear.
Alberto El Patron. And it says here, while Aries, this is from the SC Scoops.
No, this is from me.
This is from Larson. While Aries seems to be done with Impact for now, SC Scoops is reporting that there's a chance we might see former Impact champion Alberto El Patron make a return to the promotion who was fired following a no-show at an event over Mania weekend. SC Scoop states, quote, the company feels his personal issues have calmed down and the upside of his name recognition outweighs the risks. The hope is to have him work the November Las Vegas TV tapings. Thank God PW Insider then chimed in. Go ahead.
What name? How much name recognition does he have when they got his name wrong when he debuted?
Cero nombre. Moving on. PW Insider saves the day in, quote, in regards to a story making the rounds over the last 24 hours that Impact Wrestling is in negotiations with Alberto El Patron to return to the company. We have been told by several sources that this is incorrect, and there have been pseudo discussion of his return after he no-showed an event for the company over WrestleMania 34 weekend in New Orleans and was terminated. So
it's one of two things. Either no one in Impact has ever learned a lesson, even though it's a completely different crew of people running the thing.
True.
Finish the Bound for Glory, they're going to bring back Del Rio.
Yeah.
Either, I kind of feel like this is all or nothing in this regard.
Okay,
Either both these reports are true, or it's like there's a half-truth amongst these two stories.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any middle ground between the two of it.
Here's another scenario. What if they haven't learned any lessons? Because here's one thing. We had heard that this current regime, before Alberto no-showed, they wanted to put that title back on him. So, what if this Austin Aries thing was a work and they hadn't learned their lesson?
Yes.
But when they saw the reaction, I have no idea. This is all in Austin Aries. We don't know anything.
It could also be a situation where prior to that, they had discussions with this and they saw the reaction to the Austin Aries thing.
No, we would never bring that guy back.
No.
We've learned our lesson.
Yeah, not going to happen.
We need to make sure not to do this shit again.
Yeah, maybe.
So it could be that these are all things that were going to happen, but when they saw the backlash, they're like, not going to happen now. We're not doing that one.
Nope.
It's hilarious talking about this stuff, though. Impact is always going to be Impact, man.
Might be the most fun promotion to talk about.
It really is.
But not really for me, at least. Well, I can't say not to watch because I don't watch it.
I know, man.
Until I am certain that promotion has learned its lesson, I can't bring myself to dedicate the time and energy to watch their product. Even though I hear great things about a lot of the talents I really like, I just feel like I'm going to watch it, get invested, ultimately be disappointed.
Can I just ask you to do this? Each week after they've run their show, get on their YouTube channel. Maybe I'll just send you the link. And just watch whatever Moose does.
Oh, I like Moose a lot.
It'll bring a smile to your face.
Maybe Moose should go to this other promotion and be their top guy.
Moose can be, I'm telling you, man.
The Jericho promotion.
Moose, Sami Callihan, Willie Mack, Brian Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Pentagon Jr.
Oh, man. The only reason I hold off on Pentagon and Phoenix is because those guys they're kind of like Johnny Impact. They're kind of like world travel guys.
Yeah.
They just go a lot of places. I would really prefer it to be, I know Sami Callihan goes a bunch of places. I know but he seems to be much more firmly rooted in Impact right now.
He wants to be Mr. Impact.
Yeah. Although Moose, that's his Twitter name, Mr. Impact Wrestling.
I know.
So really build that damn promotion around him.
Yes.
But man,
I mean, when things were going bad in Impact, what did Moose do? Sign a long-term deal.
Buy low, man. Buy low, and then you sell high.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that would apply in this situation. So yeah, no, it is a hoot and a holler to talk about, though. So yeah, we'll talk about Impact results right now.
Yeah.
Now.
Did you watch Impact?
Now. I did. I actually watched all of Impact. I have the results here. I'll read the results. It was in a nutshell. It was not that eventful.
No.
It had a really good match for the main event. Rich Swann versus Brian Cage for the X Division title.
Oh.
It had
Brian Cage won that. Yes.
Yes, Brian Cage won that. Yeah. Let me just go through these results here. Johnny Impact comes down. He drops a promo, and he basically says, "I'm new champion. I'm going to be a fighting champion, and whoever wants a piece of he's kind of it's not a weird voice. He just has a funny voice. He seems like such a cool guy.
Yeah.
But he's got a funny voice. He kind of talks like this a little bit. That's a terrible Impact impression. Anyways, he comes out. Ray Phoenix comes out. He's going to be the first challenger. That match happens next week.
Awesome.
That's going to be a great match. That's going to be really, really good.
I wonder if they wrestled in AAA.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, that wouldn't. Unless that was when was Ray Phoenix and Pentagon? They were on the outs with AAA for a little while, right?
They were for a little while, but I don't know how that timeline fits with Impact.
Impact was there for a while, though.
Yeah,
he was there for a while.
Johnny Mundo.
Let's see here. Mackenzie interview. There's a Tommy Dreamer interview. He had a polo shirt, a House of. So see, he owns House of Hardcore.
Yeah.
He has a House of Hardcore polo shirt.
Makes sense.
We own Going in Raw vis-a-vis.
We should have Going in Raw polo shirts.
Amen.
Yes, I'd wear that.
Amen. We should do that. Mackenzie then interviews Killer Cross and Moose outside.
Embroidered though.
Embroidered, yeah, exactly. Asking about Tommy Dreamer's challenge. I don't really care about anything. I like Killer Cross. I think he's really good. He's got an intensity that I think he could use for comedic effect.
Oh.
Sometimes I don't know who he reminds me of, but he reminds me of somebody. He's like a super fit, like Ralph Cramden.
Interesting.
Because sometimes he gets the bug eyes. Moose was wearing an authentic Shaolin monk dress wear of some sort. He said, Mackenzie, you're looking amazing tonight. So am I, dressed in my authentic Shaolin monk outfit. Oh, I love Moose so much. After that, we had Katarina versus Taya Valkyrie. Taya went over. Decent match. Let's see here. Trevor Lee versus Ethan Page. Again, another guy that I really like, Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm.
Big old dude, kind of husky. Drops swanton bombs on people.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
Ethan Page went over. Ethan Page is currently aligned with Matt Sydal.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about the third eye.
Third eye.
Yeah, third eye stuff. Ethan Page seems to be taken with a grain of salt, though. I think that should be a good feud once he turns on him, like probably next week.
Yes.
Let's see here. Petey Williams and Scarlett tried to screw Scarlett Bordeaux, I think. He's like, no. She's very sexy. She like, and so he's trying to, like, it's just everybody when they come up to her, it's like they're trying to hit on her. And so he's like, hey, how about that talent contest, huh? And she's like, no, you suck. And he's like, oh. She's like, I've opened it up to the entire world. So Larson, if you want a chance to be part of Scarlett Bordeaux's thing, smoke show.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I don't know. Anyways.
You sure you know where you're going with all this?
I don't know where Scarlett Bordeaux's going with all this, to be honest with you. Her segments come off like pornos. And I think that's sort of the point.
No, all right.
That's what they're doing.
All right.
So every time somebody comes up to her, she's
like
like,
knock on the door. There's like a set and someone knocks on the door.
Yes, that's what it's like.
And like Petey Williams comes up and is like, I hear you have problems with the cable.
It's like XPW all over again.
No, all right. Is it like that?
It's more softcore.
Oh, okay. No Carl Hungus?
No Carl Hungus. Anyways, moving on. Killer Cross versus Tommy Dreamer. Let's see here.
It says there Killer Cross went over.
Yeah, Killer Cross won by referee stoppage. I must have been out of the room at that point.
Oh, I heard he was doing a bunch of like top rope suplexes on Tommy.
Yeah, that sounds right. Tommy always looks like he's in pain.
He probably is.
He probably is. After that, Moose gets involved, and him and Killer Cross just beat the crap out of Tommy Dreamer. It's great. Let's see here. And then, LAX, they're at a bar. Conan, Santana.
And Ortiz, right?
And Ortiz. See, there you go. And then the OGs, Eddie Kingston, Hernandez, and Homicide walk in. Apparently, the bosses in New York said that they're allowed to carve up the territory. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their business is.
Oh, I don't know either.
All sorts of weird stuff. There's pornography happening in Impact. There's evidently some sort of drug
organized
deals.
crime.
Organized crime.
Yeah.
Nefarious things at Impact Wrestling.
Interesting.
But then Conan says, this isn't your territory, so leave. And then they continued their 3-man party. It was, to be honest with you, it didn't look like that great of a party.
Oh, all right.
It was just a couple of dudes at a bar. After that, we had Alicia Edwards versus Allie. Allie won, but then Allie started to choke the shit out of Alicia. They're doing this thing that ever since Allie returned from the undead realm, again, weird shit happening in Impact.
Yeah, it's like the picture you did for me to promote the shirt.
Exactly.
Larson in the undead realm. Because didn't Rosemary have like some sort of glowing orbs?
So Allie starts choking the shit out of Alicia Edwards, and Allie's friend Kira Hogan has to get her off, and Allie's like, I didn't know who I was for a moment. So some chunk of her soul is lost there in the undead realm, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then, then there's a video package for a new female wrestler coming soon. And then I think somebody broke the news that Jordan Grace, fantastic wrestler.
Yeah, she's great.
Apparently signed a 2-year deal with Impact.
Cool.
So she's going to be the one coming soon. After that, Rhea, that'd be great if she like won Scarlett Bordeaux's talent contest, but then beat the shit out of Scarlett Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome. Here's the thing about Scarlett Bordeaux: good little wrestler.
Yeah,
she can wrestle.
Yeah.
When the hell are they going to show her wrestle on Impact? She don't wrestle.
I don't know.
She just does this porno stuff without any actual porno, by the way.
Yeah.
Like there's no sex happening.
No, I assume this is on Pop TV. That's not going to happen on Pop TV.
Well, they show 90210 reruns. After that, the main event: Rich Swann versus Brian Cage for the X Division Championship. It was great. It was a really good match, yeah. And then after the match, Sami Callihan comes here and he points to their little Titantron thing, and they just show footage of Brian Cage eating 27 super kicks from OVE, and then Sami Callihan pile driving him and pinning him for the first time in his Impact career.
Wow.
And then Brian Cage decides to punch Sami Callihan. The Christ brothers come out, make the save, but Jake Christ takes a drill claw, which is Brian Cage's finisher. And there you go. That's it. Courtesy of Cage Side Seats, they actually wrote all this stuff down.
Yeah.
All the results, so I didn't have to like write anything down. And then after that, Brenda decided to get married to some like rich kid.
Who?
Brandon and Brenda's parents, they have an issue with this.
Who are you talking about?
90210 was on afterwards.
Oh, gosh.
Meanwhile...
Stop.
What was Luke Perry's character name? Dylan. He was up to no good.
What was Jason Priestley's character name?
Brandon.
I don't
Brandon and Brenda.
I think I've seen 20 minutes of 90210 in my life.
I've probably seen a lot of episodes. I know I have.
I've only seen maybe 20 minutes. Never watched that show. So we got the NWA 70th anniversary show going down on Sunday, Steve. Whenever there's a major show, what do we do?
Predictions.
Here's our completely ill-informed predictions for 70th anniversary show. First match, Laredo Kid versus Barrett Brown. I'm going with Laredo Kid.
Who?
Laredo Kid versus Barrett Brown.
Fine, I'll go with Barrett Brown.
All right.
No, Laredo Kid, I actually know who he is.
Yeah.
He's in AAA, right?
I don't know. He's got a cool name, though. Second match, Crimson and Jax Dane with Road Warrior Animal versus the Kingdom of Josephus.
Jax Dane is a former NWA champion. I know that much.
All right. I'm going with that team then. But you got...
but Josephus. On one hand, you have Road Warrior Animal.
Yeah, man.
I guess never bet against the Road Warriors?
Exactly.
I'm going to go with my man Josephus.
All right, there we go. Third match, Tim Storm versus Peter Avalon.
Never bet against Tim Storm.
Then we got two...
Peter Avalon's the guy who was fighting David Arquette.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. For championship wrestling
we got,
something.
2 4-way elimination matches. The winners of each of those matches will face off to become the NWA National Heavyweight Champion. First match, Colt Cabana versus Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky versus Sam Shaw. Who wins that first match?
Well, hold on a second. I'm going to take a look at these names and determine who's going to be the new national champion. Is the national champion going to be a name, or is it going to be not necessarily a name?
I feel like it kind of has to be somewhat of a name.
Colt Cabana's too obvious. I think Willie Mack does too much other stuff. Sammy Guevara's too young. Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky.
He gets around a lot. He's like the what do they call it? I forget what they call it. Whatever governing body governs over Championship Wrestling of Hollywood and Championship Wrestling from Arizona. It's the UPW? What is that shit called? Let me see here.
Okay.
Anyways, he's their champion.
Oh, all right.
Or he was, anyways. Take a look at. I'm gonna see. This is what I do. I say a bunch of crap, and then I check it afterwards.
Fact check it afterwards.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say Willie Mack wins one match, and then Sammy Guevara. Willie Mack takes the title.
You think it's gonna be Willie Mack?
Yeah.
All right.
He's my pick.
Well, hold on a second. Then I gotta figure out. Let's see here. I think the final's gonna be Willie Mack versus Scorpio Sky.
All right.
Scorpio Sky goes over. Let's see here.
Singles match for the NWA World Women's Championship. Jazz, the champion, versus Penelope Ford.
The UWN. Oh, now the TV champion is Royce Isaacs.
Oh,
that's cool.
We know him.
The tag championship belongs to Reno Scum,
so
and Willie Mack is he's
Championship
the
Wrestling from Hollywood heavyweight champion.
All right. What is this guy? Let's see here. Oh, so Scorpio Sky.
He's the TV champion.
Scorpio Sky had it, and then Ray Rosas beat him for it, and then Oliver Grimsley beat him for it. So Scorpio Sky was their television champion.
Gotcha. Jazz versus Penelope Ford. Who do you got?
I feel like this is a passing of the torch thing, man. I think it's going to be. Although I don't know if I've seen her wrestle, sort of helping out Joey Janela.
Yeah. She was impressive as all get out at All In.
Oh man, she was
doing.
dropping stunners and stuff.
Yeah,
man.
Oh yeah, I'll go with Penelope Ford. All right, Cody, you going with Penelope Ford?
We've differed on a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Who do I actually think? See, I don't know what the build is like. I think they're going in a new blood direction, man. I think it's going to be Penelope Ford.
All right.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 falls. Cody versus Nick Aldis.
Cody's keeping it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cody's keeping
that belt.
Yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah.
All right. Will Ospreay, he's hurt.
Yeah, he did a Facebook Live thing yesterday. Waymaker hit me up in my DMs and said Ospreay was on Facebook Live. And what was he saying? Let me see what this is. This is from our insider.
Yeah.
Waymaker. Let's see what he had to say. He says his ribs are messed up.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But he wants to be in Japan.
But he can't be in Japan because his ribs are messed up.
He thought Jericho and Cody were gonna be the biggest jerks in wrestling. Turns out they're the nicest people he's ever met. Let's see here. He said he wants to put over the top rope drop toe hold as a finisher and retire at the age of 30.
Wow.
That's directly from Waymaker.
All right.
What do we have here?
So he was wrestling at a Rev Pro show this past weekend. Did a move, landed awkwardly. They ended the match really quickly. Medical staff came, tried to help him in the ring. He's taken to the hospital for x-rays, but he later tweeted he was fine, but then I guess like the day after he tweeted he was in like horrible pain. Which, if you got a rib injury, it hurts pretty bad.
Yeah, slow down, man.
So because of that, he's been pulled from the Road to Power Struggle shows.
But not necessarily Power Struggle, right?
No, apparently his match against Taichi for the Never Openweight title is still happening. As of now. Depending on if it's a cracked rib, I mean, like rib injuries suck. And
Suzuki-gun's gonna get involved in that match, and they're gonna screw Will Ospreay over.
If it's a bruised rib or a fractured rib, because Kenny's been wrestling with a fractured rib, so it's got a crack in it. I think if you can handle the pain, you're okay. If you have a broken rib, there's a risk of it dislodging out of place and puncturing your lung, and that's potentially life-threatening. So depending on how severe the rib injury is.
I wonder also, this is me being completely ignorant of everything in the world. So Kenny's obviously a lot more jacked than Ospreay. If you got a bunch of muscle surrounding it,
helps keep things in place.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ospreay doesn't. He's not.
But then the inverse of that is if you're jacked, you're probably putting a lot more torque on your body doing things too, potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, the way Ospreay moves around, anyways, he's putting all sorts of torque on his body in all sorts of weird ways. So we'll see. I'd be surprised if the match didn't happen. He might just really adapt his style to wrestle like a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we'll see. In other New Japan news, I didn't put a note here, but I want to mention this real fast. They announced that there's going to be I forget what they called it. It's a cross-promotional show. New Japan, All Japan, Noah. A couple of the Japanese promotions are all doing a joint show it's the 20th anniversary of Giant Baba's last match, I think.
Oh, that's really cool.
Or some point next year.
Everybody's getting along, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But New Japan apparently is not getting along
with internet.
Yeah, with people
like
who produce GIFs.
This is a bummer.
So Fightful is reporting that 2 prominent wrestling GIF artists, because when done right,
it's
an art, has taken action against their Twitter accounts. Perhaps the greatest GIF artist of our day.
This is the greatest Twitter account. This is the greatest Twitter account in the history of Twitter.
Yeah, Lariato is the best. It is the best. If you want to just get into wrestling history in little bite-sized chunks,
Pedro Gonzalez Nava. Pedro Gonzalez Nava, also a great Twitter follow. But he also just bought one of our shirts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So Lariato got served with a DMCA notice from New Japan, while another noted wrestling GIF artist, Bullet Club Ital, I'm not familiar with that one, had their Twitter account suspended without a notice.
So just so you know, this is not a guy named Larry Otto. It's like Lariat, but with a bunch of O's afterwards.
Yeah.
The Twitter account is Mr. Lariato, Lariato. It's a fantastic follow.
It's the absolute best.
It really is.
So Fightful reached out to New Japan for comment, but as of us recording the show, they had yet to respond. But Voices of Wrestling added that New Japan may be second-guessing their hardline approach, saying, quote, long story short, according to an office source, they are looking into the issue and is being reevaluated.
It does so much for them. I'll be honest with you. I wake up, I see Lariato's GIFs of what happened while I was sleeping.
And you get hyped to watch it.
And I turn it on. It's a notification.
In this Fightful article about all this, they talked to the person behind Total Diva Eps, another great Twitter account that does all sorts of great GIF work. And that's exactly what they said. It's like, from a legal standpoint, they're in the right. However, like, from a promotional standpoint, this does wonders.
Yes.
So
yes, absolutely. So
it's a bit of a bummer, but hopefully they'll reevaluate their course of action and realize that there's great value to seeing these little bits of. Because here's the thing. Like, I'll wake up like you, and I'll see little bits of Omega versus Okada, and I'll see the high spots. I'll see the crazy stuff they do. I don't know context. I don't know the story.
Right.
The story is really the thing.
Right.
I know what Kenny Omega does. It's not that. I mean, once a match, he'll do something that's a little different. By and large, like most wrestlers, they have their ingredients. They mix them in different ways to tell the story of the match.
Look, man, I'm telling you this right now. Out of sight, out of mind. If I don't, sometimes I'll wake up and I won't notice any gifts. I won't even know something happened. Because out of sight, out of mind. I come in, Larson's like, we got to talk about the show. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. What show? I don't know what happened because there's no gifts out there. You're still expanding. It's not automatic that people are going to watch your show. Those get, especially for people out here where you're trying to expand to, that are sleeping while your product is on live. These are necessary.
Yes.
Necessary.
Vital.
Do we have Lucha Underground?
Yes, I have some Lucha Underground.
Oh, whoa. Rumor Killer. Oh, was that just about Access TV?
That was the Access TV.
Oh.
This I didn't get a chance to watch Lucha Underground, unfortunately, so this is courtesy
Wrestling Observer.
So I'll just do the results. Jake Strong, you know who that is?
You ask me that every time. It's Jack Swagger.
Yes. He won a Battle Royal for a chance at the Gift of the Gods champion.
Who did he beat?
Big Bad Steve.
Yeah.
Aerostar. PJ Black. You know who that is?
Justin Gabriel.
Yeah. Hernandez.
I know who that is.
Dante Fox. And King Cuerno. Keep Jake Strong, that name fresh in your mind, because he might be reappearing later.
Ooh.
Next, Killshot and the Mac ended in a no contest because I guess Mil Muertes got involved.
Killshot is Shane Strickland.
Correct.
Yeah. And the Mac is Willie Mack.
Correct.
All right.
And the main event, Jake Strong, who's
Jack Swagger,
defeated Johnny Mundo, who is
John Morrison. Or Johnny Mundo or Johnny Impact.
Well, Johnny Mundo is Johnny Mundo. That's what I said.
Oh.
So Jake
John
Strong,
Hennigan.
Jake Strong.
Jake Survivor.
Johnny Survivor.
Jake Survivor.
Jake Strong defeated Johnny Mundo, what I heard was, according to this, a hell of a match. Hell of a match. I need to start watching Lucha Underground. The same problem though. Thursday night's like the only night I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm cutting something else.
Yeah, man. No, I watch Impact on Thursday.
It's just not. I just don't have the time.
Oh yeah, man. You got the time. You just sit there and watch Impact.
That's 2 whole hours.
And
at least
then,
Lucha Underground's I think it's an hour.
And then you get to watch 90210 after it.
Not interested in that in the least.
You're gonna marry my daughter? She's still in high school.
I know the theme song. I can play that on guitar too.
And it's like shots of them like doing it. It's like a shot of Jason Priest going like this.
Yeah.
It's great. Freaking loved that show when I was a kid.
I never watched
Still
it.
do.
Never watched it.
I tuned out once the principals dropped out. Like, I
was too busy watching cool stuff like Beavis and Butthead.
I watched that too, man. I'm a well-rounded 90s guy. Star Trek Next Generation.
Seinfeld. Oh, I watched that too.
Seinfeld, Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead. All of
Simpsons.
it. Simpsons, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. WCW, Monday Nitro.
No, Thunder. Exclusively.
Thunder. Yeah, that was the better show. Anyways.
Really was.
This is my favorite way to end Fridays. Is to do non-WWE stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know, it's so much fun.
That's it. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
That is it, though. That's everything we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's exactly. Our day's over.
Anyways, here you go. There's some Larson Undertaker for you. Larson, I'll put you down like a dog. This is not Undertaker.
No.
I don't know who that is. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.